Good morning. It is day 9. And I've left the Alec Kennedy shelter. The whippoorwill was out again. And again, met some nice people there. So to Stevie Wonder and Jingles and Autumn, it was very nice meeting you, and wish you all well. Stevie, I hope you get to Katahdin in August, and if our paths cross again, it'll be my honor to meet you again. All right, so today we are going through the Cumberland Valley crossing, and so there's like one campsite that's like just a mile or so north of where I am, and then you're pretty much not allowed to camp for the next 16 miles. So it's going to be a long walk, but relatively flat. The trail goes through the town of Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania. So I'm gonna walk through a town, and then from what I understand, it's a lot of farmland. So should be able to maybe see some animals, and who knows what else. It's supposed to be a gorgeous day, a tad on the warm side, I suppose, compared to what we've had the past few days. But that's all right by me. And I've been told that I have to stop and get breakfast at the Cafe 101. That's the place to go. So I'm gonna do that. That's only a few miles in. Grab a breakfast, and then just keep hiking. So, as always, if there's something interesting, I'm going to grab a picture or some video. And, here's what the trail looks like right now. So in Boiling Springs now, and the trail goes along a waterfront. I don't know what the river is here. Seen some geese. I saw a heron, but it flew away before I could grab a picture. There's some nice houses along the way here. And of course ducks. Gotta have ducks. Alright. So after I stopped at the cafe, I got back on the trail and I was hiking for, I don't know, maybe a mile. And I caught up to the 3 women that were at the shelter with me last night. And we get to talking. And the one, Stevie Wonder, who's the grandmother, asked me if I'll be celebrating a birthday while I'm on the trail. And, yeah. And, well, when is it? And so I told her when my birthday was. And she says, say that again? And so I told her again. She's like, that's my birthday. She says, I knew I liked you. So, you know, I've only probably met, I don't know, maybe 20 people on the trail. And I found out that one of them shares my birthday. I'm sure I could figure out the probability of that happening, but gosh, I just don't feel like it right now. So it's always funny, right? The people that you meet and what you share in common. They were the 2 older women. I think the one said that she lived in Sarasota, which, for those of you who aren't in Florida, you know, isn't too far away from where I live. And they had done a trek for about a week in the Ocala National Forest, which is where I did my part of my Florida trail hike earlier this year. So lots of things in common there. All right, so we are walking through some farmland right now, and it looks like to either side we've got well, what was corn, and it hasn't been plowed under. I'm sure there's a reason for that, but I don't know the reason. So if those of you who know more about farming could probably comment and say, here's why. But yeah, here's what the trail looks like right now. Got cornfield, trail, cornfield. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Crossing the Pennsylvania Turnpike right now. A river for a little bit, and it looks like we got this nice boardwalk here. And there's some different kinds of wildflowers on either side in the bushes. There's a roadway just to my right. I have no clue what road it is. Boardwalk here. Looks like there's a rabbit up ahead on the trail. Yeah, so I'm on the other side of that river now. Relatively flat. Yeah, I think I got about another mile and a half of it's level, and then I gotta climb up some to the site for the evening. Right. See you in a bit. First snake on the trail. Black racer. A big one. Almost stepped on. excuse me, venomous snakes are bad, but yeah, not gonna bother any of them. So I'm walking along the trail. I'm almost at my site for the night, and there's this bench built out of rocks. I'm like, why is there a bench here? Well, let's sit down for a moment and take in the view. Some people have asked, why am I doing this? I mean, there's several reasons, but part of it is for these moments. All right, coming up on the Darlington shelter. Looks like there's a couple of people already here. All right. Looks like there's a privy there in the distance. And there's Cobra. All right, so that's about it for day 9. I got into the site. I set up my tent because it's going to be a gorgeous night. Tomorrow's supposed to be dry as well. I hope so, because I'd really like my feet to dry out for a full day. That'd be nice. Even though it wasn't raining today, there was lots of mud on the trail, and it just came up through the shoes. So my feet were still a bit wet. They were all wrinkled when I got back, when I got to camp. I got dry socks on, and I'm doing okay, but it would be nice for them to dry out for a full day. It was a tough day. It was long, and like I said, even though it was fairly flat, there was so much mud, and so it was like a lot of slipping, and wasn't able to get a good rhythm to the hiking for a lot of the time. There's a little bit of climb at the beginning and a climb at the end, but the climb at the end was worth it because I got that awesome view, and then camp's coming up, so it was worth it. Tomorrow is we're looking at, I'm going to try and do a little over 15 miles, and I'm going to go through Duncannon. And so I thought I was going to do some resupply today, but then I was talking to somebody, I was talking to Cobra. He's done the trail before. He's like, no, just you can resupply at this place in Duncannon. You don't even have to go off the trail. So I'm like, okay, that sounds better. So we're going to do that tomorrow, and again, I'm going to try and do 15.7 miles, and then camp after Duncannon. So see how that goes. All right, who do we thank tonight? Well, I should have thanked earlier, and I forgot, but I gotta thank Valencia College, because without Valencia, they allow a lot of leeway for their tenured faculty in their annual contracts. And how many classes they can teach. And so I was able to teach an extra class in the fall and the spring, this past fall and spring. So I have the entire summer off. You can only do that every 3 years. And so I set it up perfectly along with a sabbatical in the fall. And so that's what has given me this time to attempt this. And so, without them, without my family, there's no way this could have happened. So if anyone at Valencia, is watching this, especially any of the higher ups, I doubt that they know that this is going on, even though I mentioned that I was going to do something in my proposal for the sabbatical. Know that I really do appreciate the sabbatical program that we have at Valencia, and giving me this opportunity to try and live this. All right, so as always, if you've stuck through the end, I do appreciate it, and I will see you again tomorrow on the trail.